How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on my channel. And if you guys have subscribed, thank you guys for the love and support. And also make sure to head over to Twitch. Follow me there at Douglas447. I stream there at least once a week, whether it's for Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Destiny, or anything else you guys suggest for me to stream over there. And as always, if you guys have any movies you guys want me to watch and review here on the channel, please let me know in the comment section down below. And this is a big subscriber request movie for me to watch and review. And of course, we're going to be talking about Nancy Drew from 2007. It is rated PG, and it's about an hour and 39 minutes long. And yeah, so this is a big subscriber movie request for me to watch and review. And thank you guys for the constant comments of having me to watch this movie, because I had no interest in watching this movie. This movie came out and I saw the trailer back in 2007 and I didn't watch it. I've never read any other Nancy Drew books. I've always read the Hardy Boys books, and I've seen some of the movies that they're based on and some of the funny, like, comedical sketches that they're based on. Nancy Drew just never pulled me in the same way. I've tried to understand the appeal for Nancy Drew, and basically it's Hardy Boys but for girls, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I have never had an interest to get invested with the Nancy Drew books or the movies or anything of that nature. So I went into this movie completely blind, not really having any knowledge of the source material that this movie would be based on. And I don't know if that hurts or helps me watch the movie better. Personally, I think me watching the movie, not having any knowledge of the source material, is good, because it allows me to be able to watch this movie completely open-minded and watch this movie and grade it and nitpick it based on movie logic and movie sense, not how it compares to the book series or anything of that nature. So if you're looking for a really in-depth review and comparison of like how this compares to the books, you're not going to get that here, unfortunately, because I've never read them. So I'm having to base this review on movie logic and movie sense, and there unfortunately isn't much. Emma Roberts being cast as Nancy Drew is fine. I know there's a lot of people out there that complain about her, and there's also a lot of people that say she's the best Nancy Drew we've ever gotten. She's fine in the role. She doesn't irritate me, but she doesn't like make me like care all that much about her well-being and what she's doing. She's being the young detective lady that Nancy Drew is, and that's that. I will say this is a pretty good mystery comedy crime thriller that I think a lot of age groups can enjoy, both young and old can enjoy, and find something of interest and appeal to enjoy watching. This is currently like $3 to rent and $10 to buy. I think it's pretty okay to rent this movie for like $3 and watch it, but $10, I don't think it's worth $10 to buy and own, unless you're like a really big Nancy Drew fan, a really hardcore fan of Nancy Drew. I don't think this movie is worth $10. It is $3 to $5 worth, and I wouldn't want to pay anything more. I can't say I would want to see this in theaters. I know it kind of didn't do so well at the theaters, and I can see why. Even with me, like I said, not having any book knowledge, I can clearly tell where there's inspiration being sprinkled in throughout the movie from the books, and I really enjoyed that aspect. Like, you can tell, like, the beginning and the closing scenes, they're using pictures from the books That's what I'm guessing. And then there's also some other sprinklings in throughout the movie that I'm like, okay, this isn't movie stuff. This is clearly has to be from the book. I enjoyed Nancy Drew being in her hometown, but the moment Nancy Drew and her father left her hometown and went to LA, I just found that concept weird. Like they tried to do a fish out of water thing, and it was it it clearly was fish out of water, but I just didn't like how it was executed. It wasn't done well. I didn't like it. Um, I did like the joke though that there's this young lady that is able to solve all these crimes and mysteries that normal cops can't solve. I did find that really, really funny and enjoyable. I enjoyed the primary message of this movie, which is to be yourself and that you don't have to fit into social norms to have fun in life and to make friends and find love. Also, there's a surprise Bruce Willis cameo in this movie, so I enjoyed that, even though it was extremely brief. And overall, guys, I just think, like, if you get a chance, watch this movie just to say that you've watched it, but I can't say rewatching this movie and owning it is necessarily a necessity. For negatives, there are very few surprises in this movie. There's very few twists. There's very few turns. There's no big shocking revelations. This movie is, by the books, predictable. There is nothing in this movie that's going to give you the shock and awe value of most mystery thrillers, unfortunately. There's mystery in the movie, but if you're like me and 27 and you've seen tons of movies, you're going to know how this movie is going to play out from within the first 20 minutes. So, sorry, but your mystery doesn't stay a mystery for long. Most of the secondary characters are just so one note, and none of them are really compelling. Like, you have this small group of main characters, and everybody else outside of it is just like, I really don't care. I also had a struggle trying to care about the main characters in this movie. Like, the movie's called Nancy Drew, and like I said earlier, I just didn't have the ability at times to really care what was going on. This movie bored me. I almost fell asleep. A lot of the jokes are modernized, and because of this, a lot of the jokes end up being missed, or they just really fall flat. They do this scene, and it's in the trailer, so this isn't a spoiler, but Nancy Drew is going into this tunnel, and she's like, if I'm not back in 10 minutes, call for help, call the cops. And this young, 12-year-old, he starts snickering, and then Nancy Drew's boyfriend's like, I don't think that was a joke. And I'm like, it's just awkward. It's really awkward. Like, I don't understand the snickering in mystery crime thriller movies. I don't understand the snickering. The opening scene was extremely odd. The way this movie opens, I didn't like it. It's like it starts off in the middle of a crime scene going on, and Nancy Drew is basically like some sort of impossible 007 agent, and then she switches immediately to being this nice little girl, and then she starts becoming a cop, and then she becomes a mystery solving agent, and then she becomes a hostage negotiator. It was just the opening 5 minutes of the movie, I was confused as to who is Nancy Drew. Really confused. The ending felt rushed. It felt like chaos was happening for the last 10-15 minutes. And the villains' plans and their goals of what they want to do, they're thwarted so quickly and so easily. And to be honest, I nearly fell asleep watching this movie. I know this movie is only an hour and 30 minutes long or so, but this movie bored me. I literally almost fell asleep watching this movie. And if it wasn't for the fact that I was renting it and watching it for you guys for the review, I would have fallen asleep and stayed asleep. This movie has no stay power, and I'm going to forget this movie in less than 24 hours. So with that, guys, I have to give Nancy Drew from 2007 a 5 out of 10. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the request. Look forward to more coming out very soon. And you guys have a good one. Bye, guys.